So we've got 3 objectives here today. So here's the mission. We are launching growth, productivity, and profitability coaching at KW Barrow Jackson in Braselton. I feel like we have the longest market center name in the world. Oh, let me start over. Keller Williams Realty Atlanta Partners, Barrow Jackson in Braselton. Hartwell, sorry. Just got worse. All right, so here's the mission. Here's our mission in this coaching program: to empower agents with top-tier coaching and training, solutions, fostering growth, productivity, and profitability in today's competitive market. Is today's market competitive? Does anybody here think it's going to get easier? No, it's really not. It's actually going to get much, much harder. Not to scare anyone, but it's going to get harder, all right? Whew, really much harder. All right, so that's the mission, to empower agents. Remember that term because it is important as we go through this about empowering agents. So why coaching and training? Before we get into this, raise the hands. Who has been in the business less than 2 years in this room? Less than 2 years, okay? Who's been in the business 5 years or less? Or less than 5 years? There's less hands now than there was with 2 years. That is weird. Okay, if you're in the business less than 5 years, raise your hand. Okay, that's about maybe half the room. Perfect. All right, so I'm sure you've heard this before. Only 13% of agents make it past their first 2 years in business. 87% do not make it past 2 years. You guys heard that before? Okay. Of that 13%, 3% will drop off at the 5-year mark. So after 5 years, statistically, 90% of the agents who started in this industry are gone. They go back to getting a real job that they very likely hate. And they very likely have a lot of negativity about real estate. And they got a lot of reasons and not a whole lot of results. And that's why they had to go back. Did you know that there's 3 million people licensed as a real estate agent in the United States right now? 3 million licensed. That might be confusing to some of you because you always hear this number of 1.6 million realtors. That's 1.6 million realtors. 1.4 million are not realtors. There's 3 million of us running around this country. All right? In the Atlanta area, in Georgia, there's about 48,000 of us. All right? We're literally a dime a dozen. There's tons of us. Of the 3 million, I'll take the 1.6 million realtors. I'll add 400,000. These are totally made up stats by Adrian, and that's okay. And I'll say that there's probably 2 million agents who are actively looking to do something in real estate, competing against us, against you. Would y'all maybe agree with that? A couple million people trying to get a sale. Does that make sense? Okay. So let's remember that. Oh, fun fact, as I was digging up these numbers, since 2012, we added 500,000 agents. We added 500,000 realtors. I'm sorry, we added 500,000 realtors. We went from 1.1 million to 1.6 million. But remember, in 5 years, 90% drop out. So today, we've added 500,000. What about all the other hundreds of thousands who fell out, who went back to real jobs because it didn't work? So why coaching and training? All right, let's get into this. Let's do some quick math here. In 2022, almost 6 million homes sold, about 5.9 million homes sold. God bless you. 2 million agents actively looking for a sale. 6 million sales, 2 million agents. Y'all know what's coming next? Yeah, I'm sure you do. That's an average of 3 sales per person. Now, is that the way our business works? Hey, you got your license, here's your 3 sales. Here's your 3 sales, and your 3 sales, and your 3 sales. Is that how it works? What do we say about that? Get your unfair share. Equal opportunity, unequal results, right? It's okay. It's an unequal share. Get your unfair share. Do we have agents who sell 100 homes a year by themselves with an admin to help them? We do. I know some personally. Do we have agents who have teams who sell 1,000 homes, 2,000 homes? We do. We absolutely do. Would it surprise you that out of the 1.6 million realtors in 2022, almost 800,000 had 0 transactions? Oof. Listen, I'm not trying to bring the energy down. I'm trying to give us all a dose of reality to understand. All right? Here's next. Average realtor earns $62,000. Let me ask you, who got licensed here to be average? Anybody? Anybody get licensed to be average? Do we all want to live an average life? Because $62,000 actually doesn't sound terrible for a guy who came out of a Chili's restaurant management job where they paid me $54,000 a year plus bonuses. So I made about 60 grand, and this is way better. So 60 grand, sure, I'll take it. But oh, wait, I got to pay my broker $18,000. Oh, wait, I got to pay FMLS $6,000. Oh, wait, I've got marketing. Oh, my gosh, I got to pay for my own stuff? My 62,000 looks like 32,000. Crap, I gotta pay taxes. You get it? Average isn't gonna cut it. We gotta be better than average. Why coaching? You know, Gary Keller, the founder of Keller Williams, what does he say? Nobody succeeds alone. Nobody. Just doesn't happen. Self-made man, self-made millionaire, I don't buy into it. Everybody got help somewhere along the way. If somebody wasn't there to give you a hand, to help you, to give you opportunity, to bring you out of the gutter when that's exactly where your mindset was, you're not going to get to those highest levels. It's just not going to happen. We need a good coach because the answers are usually within us, but they're uncomfortable answers. And we need someone to help pull those out of us, to help us self-realize and come to that determination that this is what we have to do. And sometimes we need a gentle push. Sometimes we need a big giant kick from behind. Right? That's why we need a good coach. A good coach is an objective third party. They're not connected to your business. They're not connected to you personally. They're looking into your business and able to objectively say, this is where I think you have a problem. Why didn't you do the thing you said you would do? I don't understand what's standing in your way. I'm not your friend when I'm your coach. Your friend tells you it's okay. It's okay that you failed. Oh, it's okay. I know. Gosh, that's hard. Business is hard. Calls are hard. Those people were mean to you, dude. You don't need that, Katie. You don't need that in your life. See, if that's your coach, you're in the wrong relationship. You need someone that's going to step up and go, hey, why didn't you make these calls? I don't understand. Last week we agreed to this. You didn't track your calls. You didn't do this. April, you said you were going to go door knocking for 4 hours on Saturday. Tell me what got in your way. Let's pull this thing apart. Let's figure it out together. I'm not coming down on you for the sake of coming down on you. I'm coming down on you and say, let me help you get out of where you are. Because whatever you're doing isn't working, and my job is to help you do better. That's what we're supposed to do. And why training? Because we have to understand, we have to know the tools of the trade. We have to know how to fill out contracts. We have to know how to market. We have to know how to lead generate. We got to get training. Because here's what happens. Training breeds confidence. Would y'all agree? I'm sorry, training breeds knowledge. I get knowledge when I get training. When I have knowledge, now I have confidence. When I have confidence, I can take more action because I'm confident. And when I take more action, do you know what the result is of more action? More business. It's a very simple equation. But it starts with the knowledge. I got to get the knowledge so I can get to the action part. I get that. And that's what we're going to deliver. That's what we're going to talk about. Our goal when you get into this coaching program is 12 months down the road, because it's a 12-month program. We'll go over those terms here in just a second. Our goal is to push you out the other end after 12 months. We're not going to push you out. You can stay with us if you want. But on the other end of this thing, to be a fully functioning, contributing member of the Realtor Society who achieves their goals at the highest levels. It's not about my goals. It's about yours. It's about helping raise you to that level where you say you want to be. You want to sell 15 homes a year? Great. You want to sell 150? Great. Let's figure that out. A little bit of a different, business plan there. But you get what I'm saying? All right. There's two things we got to talk about with coaching. Two words that some people don't like: accountability and discipline. Anybody here like accountability? One person, two people. Come on now. Come on now. You better see you like it. All right. Accountability means you are answerable for your actions, for the things you said you would do. You're actually going to do it, and now you're allowing yourself to be held accountable. I said I would do this, and now if I don't do this, I give you permission to ask me about it, to talk to me about it. Accountability is a two-way street. Did y'all know that? It's permission-based. You can't have accountability without permission. This shows up a lot in marriages. You know what it sounds like? Nagging. Why are you always nagging me? Because I need you to do this. But I never gave you permission to hold me accountable to this. I never actually agreed to this. So because we never actually had this conversation at a level where we agreed, and I gave you permission to hold me accountable to this, every time you ask me about it, I feel criticized. I feel attacked. I feel nagged. I feel negativity. And what does that do? I don't want to look at you. I don't want to be in the same room with you. Ask me about that garbage can one more time. Right? Like, you get it? It's accountability is permission-based. I have to have your permission to hold you accountable. Because real accountability is hard. Real accountability is not comfortable. Real accountability is asking you tough questions and making you sit in it for a couple of minutes without me offering you a lifeline and telling you, it's okay, it's hard. Real accountability is not easy, right? Discipline. We're not talking about discipline like we're going to hit you with a stick, right? It's not like a child that gets spanked or sent to their room. We're talking about discipline as in how do you structure your life? Because real discipline is order. Real discipline says, I'm going to do this way on this day, and I'm going to do it consistently. And I know that when I do, I'm going to expect this result. See, the interesting thing about discipline is as human beings, does anybody like discipline? Like one person. Here's the deal. You actually do like discipline. You just don't know it. You may not like it, but you crave it. Because discipline allows you to have predictable results. If I am disciplined on my calendar and I know exactly what I'm going to be doing today for the rest of the day, my anxiety is really, really low because I know where I'm supposed to be, what I'm supposed to be doing, how I'm supposed to be doing it, and what I expect the result to be. When I have no discipline, I'm the agent who wakes up in the morning, sits in front of their computer, stares at it and goes, what are we going to do today? Oh, I know. Let me check my emails. Let me see what's going on Facebook. Oh, look, the laundry needs to be put in. When we have discipline, we have order. When we have order, we have predictable results. That calms that part of the brain that gives anxiety because I know exactly what I'm supposed to be doing when I'm doing it, okay? Here's the deal with exercise, with health. A lot of y'all don't know me, and that's fine. A couple of years ago, I was at my heaviest at 325 pounds. I've lost 75 pounds since then. My lack of discipline in my health got me to a point in 2021. I know a lot of people had a lot of sick family members, lost a lot of people with COVID. In spring of 2021, I ended up in the hospital with COVID because I couldn't breathe. After 8 days of fighting it on my own in my house, I finally sat up and said, I've got to go to the hospital. I can't breathe. And then I laid in the hospital, and all I could think about was, if I gave a crap about my health, if I was disciplined in any way, shape, or form around my health, I probably wouldn't be in this bed today, hoping to not die. On a side note, see, I heard this a long time ago that made perfect sense. As human beings, we make changes based on inspiration or desperation. I was desperate. I sat there and I made a deal with God. I get goosebumps talking about it. I said, if I walk out of this hospital, I'll be disciplined. I'll work out. I'll eat healthy. I'll lose the weight. I'll do what I need to do. Because when you're laying there, and my son at the time was 9 years old, and we're on FaceTime, and I've got oxygen tubes in my nose and beeping machines in the background, and I FaceTime with them when they were going to bed, and he gets on the phone and says, are you going to die? And I said, why would you say that? And he says, because people die with COVID when they go to the hospital. That's what I saw on TV. This was 2021. And I said, son, I'm going to walk out of here. We'll be good. Don't worry about it. And then I hung up the phone and laid there and prayed and thought, my God, I got to make some changes. Can't keep doing what I've been doing, expecting different results. You can't sit on the couch eating a bag of Cheetos, watching Netflix, expecting to lose 10 pounds. That's not going to happen, right? You can't sit there just scrolling Facebook aimlessly, not making your calls, not doing the things you're supposed to do, not being disciplined, and expect that your business is going to grow. It's just not going to happen. It's not the way the world works. We already kind of covered this. Same thing. Look, you got to have the discipline. If I have the discipline, see, accountability, by the way, with a coach helps my discipline in this way. I know that I'm going to see my coach, all right? So part of my story is I did hire a health coach who gave me the knowledge I needed to eat right and to exercise right. And it supercharged my health. Like, took off from there after I employed this person and paid him lots of money for several months in a row to help me get on the right track. But I also knew that he was going to ask me, what did you eat? And show me your workout schedule when I see him. So I know that that accountability helped me be more disciplined, because I don't want to have to talk to a coach who's going to put his boot in my rear end for not doing the things I was supposed to do. Tom was not my friend. Tom was my coach. And Tom didn't hold back when I didn't do what I was supposed to do. All right, let's keep moving. Let's talk about this program. Productivity coaching, 12-month commitment, twice a month. The expectations if you join this program is that you will meet with your coach twice a month, two one-on-one conversations. We do offer 3 weekly group coaching sessions in the Market Center, 2 on Tuesdays and Thursdays during the daytime, and we will bring one in on Wednesdays at 5 p.m., and that one will be Zoom only for those who work from home or have other jobs and other situations that keep them away. We'll have access to classes, resources, things like that. We'll show you that here in just a second. Here's your investment, because I like to be upfront. It's a 10% fee on any transactions that you close with a $5,000 cap. KW is a capping company. Our program's a capping company as well. So once you hit your cap and you cap out at $5,000, let's say you're a superstar and you knock out your cap in 6 months, awesome. You stay in the program for 12 months, you get your one-on-one coaching, you get your group coaching, you get all the tools and resources for the full 12 months, but you don't pay for it anymore, okay? Just like being with KW. Cap early, stay in the program, keep access to all the tools. Our leadership team has partnered with The Locker Room. Anybody heard of The Locker Room? Probably from my posts on Facebook, because I am a certified locker room coach. We want to go back. Okay, we're going to go back. All right. So we're going to take a quick picture of that, and then we're going to get into the locker room. So who is the locker room? Let me go through a couple pieces of their mission statement here. The Locker Room Real Estate Coaching and Training. Their mission is to provide real estate agents a community that collaborates. Inside the locker room community, you're going to hear the word collaboration a ton. Like, KW is probably one of the most open and sharing companies that you can imagine. Would y'all agree? We get together in settings like this and people share secrets and tell you exactly what they're doing and how they're doing it all the time. And it's one of the things I absolutely love about this company. And the locker room just one-ups that and pluses it all day long. Create a world-class platform of resources, systems, tools, all the things. We're going to show you all those things here in just a second. And then here's a rundown of what that means. So this is everything kind of in a nutshell. We've got the agent toolkit, we've got Track Plus, and I'm going to explain all of these things in just a minute, so we're just going to breeze through them real quick. The breakthrough group coaching, the Locker Room University, all of these things make up this locker room platform that is going to be tremendously helpful to you guys. So the university, let's start with that. Currently, it has about 140 some odd videos online. It's an online training system. On-demand business growth, lead generation, prospecting, marketing, working with buyers, working with sellers, time management, getting listings, anything you can imagine that is a real estate business growth conversation or topic. I promise you there's something in there, and it's self-paced, it's on demand. You can go in at 9 a.m., 9 p.m., it's always there. There's downloadables, there's pieces that go with every class that you can download, that you can use. It is a tremendously powerful software. There's a screenshot of the system and how it's set up. It's kind of like Netflix almost. You just kind of go in and search on the left side. And would y'all like to see a little bit of that real quick? I actually have it queued up here, so let me see. It's definitely not up there. So that's all right. We're going to fix that right now. Can you see that? Not so much. Okay. All right, so there's the system. I'm going to get down here so I can navigate this and actually show you what this looks like. On the left side here, you're going to have access to this right here. It says 4 agents, and then this is your menu. So for instance, let's say you want to learn about open houses. You would go, and technology is awesome when it works. So you would go in and you would find a couple of classes about open houses. Let's say you want to go in, and you won't have access to the broker leadership side, but your brokers and leaders will. Let's say you want to go in and learn about lead generation. You go ahead and click on that, and it will pull up all the classes that you can imagine around lead generation. So, for instance, we go to this Prospecting 101, we click that, and it's going to pull it up, and there's going to be a recorded class. They're usually about an hour long, and they're usually Zoom recordings that somebody has taught on that topic. And a lot of times you'll have downloadables and different things, right? So really, really powerful system. I will tell you also that here's some of the downloadables. So up here you've got your agent toolkit, and this is where you can go in and download a whole bunch of different files. So a lot of the different classes and different things are going to be downloadable right through there. Here is the calendar that you guys are going to be able to download here in just a second. So you can see some of the different things that are on there. So we start with January. Look at that. 21st is National Hugging Day. Isn't that something? National Hugging Day. I love it. So it gives you ideas. It's an idea starter for you to do your social media. So I'm not going to go through all of these because, like I said, there's 140 different videos. I am going to go ahead and pull the presentation back up, and we're going to keep moving, though. All right, so that is the Locker Room University. These are some of the classes that you'll find in there. These are 3 of the most popular things that you'll find. The Agent Action Plan is actually, when we teach that in person, it's a 6-hour course. So you can go through the whole thing, just make sure that you break it up or set aside an entire day because it will be 6 full hours. There's a downloadable workbook, which is actually in your binders that you guys have on the table there. 19 things they don't teach in real estate school. That's probably the most popular class that we have. We'll be teaching that in the Market Center a couple times a year, but it's also there on demand. And then the script book is there as well. Let's talk about Track Plus. So Track Plus, who's been to Ignite before? Who's been to Bold? Okay, let's imagine Ignite and Bold had a baby. They would name it Track Plus, all right? So Track Plus is a 12-week program. You can see there like week 1, the 5 to 25 challenge. Week 5, get the listing. Week 6, work with buyers. Week 7, open house strategies. It is a 12-week program, and the intention of this program is to get you on track to where you're getting on track to selling 25 or more transactions in the next 12 months. It is loaded with homework assignments. It is loaded with activities, with actual lead generation strategies. There's midweek check-ins. There's Friday check-ins. It's a lot more engaging than just, and I'm not saying Ignite's not good because it is, but with Ignite, like you have the class, and then you come back to the next class. And it's all so quick. It's all packed into that 4 weeks, isn't it? We stretch this out over 12 weeks, and we actually give you time in between each module to do work and to get things done to help you grow your business and to build good habits. So I'm really, really excited about that. We'll be doing that 2 or 3 times a year in the Market Center, and we will open that up to anybody who wants to be a part of that. You don't have to join the program. We just want everybody to be able to participate, okay? Agent Breakthrough. So the Locker Room has a national agent call on Zoom. So usually like 150 to 200 agents that'll be on that Zoom call every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern. And there's always a qualified coach or a teacher or somebody that's coming on to teach us something. It's a national group coaching session. And I encourage, again, y'all can write that down, tlrzoom.com, because again, even if you don't join the program, just because the Market Center has gotten this for all of us, everybody's invited to that. All y'all can jump in on that call and see what they're doing that week. Let's talk about those workbooks. So y'all have some binders in front of you on the tables there. And this workbook, this binder is going to be the 12-month curriculum. So once you get into this program, this is the curriculum that you will be following with your coach. You'll see that there's 8 different tabs on there. There's a whole bunch of stuff, but it's all really centered around this breakthrough path, 0 to 12 closings. Now, for those of you that are like, well, I've already sold more than 12. Great, we have a breakthrough path that's 12 or more closings. So it's a different path, still takes you through all the online lead generation, still have a coach that'll be there to hold you accountable, to answer questions, to push you through all the modules and all of those type of things. But everything, we wanted everything organized in such a way that if you're a super highly motivated, self-paced learner, you can jump in and you can knock this out. It's designed to be done in about 6 months. We figure most agents are going to take around 9. Some of y'all are going to have things come up, it's going to take you 12 months or more. I get that. but is designed to be done in about 6 months. If you follow all of these things and do all of these things, I promise you, it touches on every single topic that you could want to learn about as a real estate agent. Also in your binder, you'll find these coaching prep forms. Of those of you that have had coaching relationships in the past, have you ever showed up to those coaching sessions and you get on the call with your coach and the coach says, so what do you want to talk about today? I've been there. It's frustrating, right? And then you're like, well, I don't know. What do you want to talk about today? Oh, well, I don't know. Well, what's going on in your business? And then the agent scrambles for like, oh, I know, this one thing. Let me talk about this one thing, and let me eat up a half hour. Dude, you just paid $250 for that half hour. You better show up prepared. And what this form does, my preference is if you join this program, that you fill this out, you snap a photo of it, and you text it to your coach before your meeting. Because this encapsulates everything you might want to talk about in that coaching session to be sure that you're using your time with that person at the highest level, most efficiently, and you're maximizing your return on investment on that conversation. We've got an activity tracker built in there. Does anybody here track their numbers? A few of you? Listen, this is critical to your business. It's critical. Trends and numbers are the language of real estate. If you lead generate for 6 months straight and you're not getting the results you want and you haven't been tracking anything, how do you know what's working, what's not working, what changes you should make, what adjustments should be made? You don't. So whether or not you join us, you really need to start tracking your stuff. Know your business. Know where it comes from. Know where your efforts should be going. Scripts, we already talked about that. That's at the back of the book. You'll get that as well. All right, let's talk about me for a minute. Not just me. We're going to talk about the coaching team. I want to introduce the coaching team to you. So I don't think I told y'all, my name's Adrian. I think most of you know me. Hi, guys. My name's Adrian. I was licensed in 2013, joined KW fresh out of real estate school, and became the team leader in the North Gwinnett Beaufort office in 2017. I did that for almost 5 years, and then I became the coach of that market center. Did that for about a year, and then I stepped out and I joined the locker room, and I've been actually helping to coach other coaches and a couple of brokers on building their businesses and recruiting and all that kind of stuff, right? And a couple months ago, or it doesn't even seem like that long ago, Holly casually drops in the conversation, hey, maybe you want to do this, I don't know. And then here we are. So she's got a weird way about her, and then it worked out. Weird, but effective. Here we are. So I'm really excited about this opportunity because let me tell y'all, I came from the restaurant industry, a life by default, and there's nothing wrong with working in restaurants, but I didn't grow up saying I wanted to be a Chili's mid-level manager. It just wasn't my dream. And I did it, and I was pretty good at it, and I got promoted here and there, and I made okay money, but I was unfulfilled. There was an absolute lid on the amount of money and success you could have, and I just didn't care for it. So when I found real estate, this afforded my family an opportunity like I never dreamed was available to me. I stand up here in front of these rooms like this all the time, and I tell them, what we do here will impact your children's children's children. People you never meet, they will know you from a photo or a video on Facebook, but they'll never know you, will be impacted by what you do here if you do it the right way. Y'all get it? It's bigger than just making money. It's not about me. It's about multiple generations down the road. And my deepest desire is that everybody in this room has the same experience if they choose, if they want. That's up to you. See, we're not babysitters. Your coach isn't a babysitter. Your coach isn't a crutch. Your coach isn't going to hand you business. Your coach isn't going to do it for you. We'll provide the way, we'll provide the accountability, we'll provide the training, we'll provide the questions answered, we'll provide all the resources. There's one critical element. You know what it is? It's you. It's you. You're the critical element. So I'm super passionate about coaching and helping people to grow their business. But let's bring up the other coaches here. First up, we got Thad Willoughby. Let's give him a hand. Come on up, Thad. Next up, we got Nancy Coker. Come on up, Nancy. And April Weathers. Come on down. You're the next contestant. I am so excited to be building this team. I want y'all to understand we are a coaching team, and I'll explain that, and it'll make more sense in just a second. But I'm going to pass it over. I asked all of them to just give y'all an elevator pitch of why did they decide to do this?
Hello, everyone. Thank you. I actually was thinking about this in the back of the room. The three of us started in productivity together, and we beat those statistics.
Yeah, you did.
That you dropped. And now we're here as coaches. So awesome. I started 2017, and I was very lucky to connect with a lot of seasoned agents at that time to really help me. Also, I was in the productivity program. To help me with my business. It can get lonely when you don't know what's going on. You don't know if you're doing the right things, how to do the right things. And that's why I want to be here to support and help you grow your business and get you off the ground and see you succeed in your business.
Awesome.
Well, I want to be a coach to help you grow your business. I want to help you overcome the challenges of learning new things and to reinforce a positive mindset and to provide a perspective from a fellow agent. And many people have helped me throughout my career, and I see the difference it can make in success. And working together, like the collaboration you're talking about for our goals, is the KW culture that I love so much. And I'm just honored to be a member of this team. Can I just say ditto?
It's up to you.
So I think, obviously, the coaching was huge in starting. It's like a fire hose in the face when you first get into it, and if you've been in the corporate world. I can remember the first day, I had my desk, my computer, and I was sitting there, and I was like, now what do I do? I had no task, nobody who set my day for me, planned things for me, and the productivity coaching was amazing with helping me get through that day. What should I be doing? And if I can return that favor, that's an amazing thing.
Awesome. Let's give them a hand, guys. Just hang out here for a little bit. I'm going to have them stay up here with me because we're about to wrap up, and there's a couple things I want to talk about that they're a part of. But I am so grateful that all three of them have agreed to do this, and I'm really excited. It's going to be a really good time. All right, so let's talk about this real quick. On-demand help. One of the biggest challenges, if not the biggest challenge that we have seen, that I've seen personally, I've been in KW leadership since 2016 as an ATL, right? That's 7 years. And I promise you, the biggest challenge that I've seen is I need help when I need it, not tomorrow when you feel like calling me back. Do y'all remember that? Those of y'all that aren't new? As a new agent, nothing, as any agent who just doesn't know, nothing will raise your blood pressure and skyrocket your anxiety like sitting there knowing you've got a client or a potential client that needs help, needs a question answered, and you don't know what to do. You've been out all day, it's Saturday, you've been showing houses, you're so excited, you got your buyer, and now it's 6 p.m. and it's time to write an offer, and you start, and then you get hung up, and you don't know what to do. Who are you going to call? I knew you'd say that, but they're not helping you, right? They're just not going to help you, Bree. The Ghostbusters aren't real. All right? So here's the deal. We've developed what we call the help desk hotline, and this is really cool. This is really, really cool. I love this because here's what happens. Let's say Thad's your coach, all right? And Thad is also a full-time real estate agent. Thad, do you go on listing appointments? He goes on listing appointments. How long is your average listing appointment?
About an hour and a half at the most.
Okay, hour and a half. Let's say maybe 2 because he does like to talk. But let's say it's an hour and a half to 2 hours. And as he sets foot in that front door to start his hour and a half appointment, you have a question. And it's urgent. Do you think he's going to stop that appointment to pick up that call? Let's keep it real. Is he going to stop the appointment? It's not happening. No. Would you stop your appointment to pick up my call? No. In fact, if you did, I'd be like, what is wrong with you? Are you serious? You'd be like, I'm at the seller's table. What do you need, Adrian? I need you to hang up and do your job. What are you doing? Right? So the thing is, if he's in that appointment, you got to sit there for an hour and a half waiting, hoping. You don't know he's in the appointment. You feel like you're being ignored. You feel like this is awful. Now we start to get contempt and we start to get, why isn't, my coach never calls me. Boy, as a team leader, I can't tell you how many times I heard those words about our coaches. You know my coach is never available. You know every time I call him, he doesn't pick up the phone. You know he doesn't call me back for 3 or 4 hours. Sometimes he calls me back the next day. He's a full-time agent. He's got a family, right? So here's how we solve this problem with this help desk hotline. When you call this number, and here's the deal. I want agents in this program to only call this number when they have a question. Thad might be your coach. You're not going to call Thad. You're going to call the help desk. Because Thad might be in an appointment, but it's going to ring all 4 of us at the same time. You might have a question. You send that text message, all 4 of us get that question. I promise you, all of us are able to answer the question, okay? Even if it's 10 a.m. on a Tuesday morning during business hours, you don't call Nancy. You call the help desk because Nancy might be in an appointment. She might be in a coaching session with him, and you need an answer right now. She's not going to stop her coaching session to take your call. But your chances increase dramatically of getting an answer when 4 of us get that call at the same time. Y'all get that? Does that make sense? Here's a really cool thing, right? You have a question, call us. Look at this. I got a number that spells help at the end. 770-830-HELP. That's the number. You can't forget it, 770. Come on, say it with me. 770-830-HELP. All right? It's super easy. You're never going to forget it. And here's the hours of operation, Monday through Friday, 8 to 8. During those times, we will be there to take your calls. Saturday, Sunday, 12 to 8, we will be there to take your calls. If it's an emergency, a legitimate emergency, a real estate emergency outside those hours, we will still take that call. But we're going to have to talk about what a real emergency is at 10 o'clock on a Friday night. What's a real emergency at 10 o'clock on a Friday night? Shout it out. All right, there's a couple, all right? Due diligence expires in 2 hours. You don't know what to do. They didn't sign the thing. You're a new agent. I get it. Text the helpline, 911. Emergency. Don't know what to do. That's really all I can think of is an expiration of some sort. If the clock strikes midnight and, what's that? Highest and best. If there's a deadline that expires that evening and you're stuck, we're here to help. I'm not going to leave you hanging, okay? But otherwise, 8 o'clock's kind of the cutoff, all right? All right, so another system that we're going to use here, because there's a differentiation we have to make here between coaching and training. Help desk and training. Answering questions is like a 5, 10, 15, maybe 20-minute call. Training is like, hey, I need to write an offer. I don't know where to start. That's like a 2-hour call. It's not going to happen. We have a system for that. You guys can get your phone out right now and you can go, if you want, to this gppcoaching.com. Don't go there now. I shouldn't have said that. Pay attention. All right, so here's what it is. We have the online university from the locker room. It's got all of the business growth videos. All of those conversations are there. On that gppcoaching.com, you'll see a button for on-demand training. You call me on a Saturday at 4 p.m. and say, I don't know the first thing about writing an offer. I'm going to send you to this website. We have videos. We will have videos that will walk you through step by step, start to finish, how to write an offer, your exhibits. It's going to cover everything you need to know. I'm going to make you do it for a couple reasons. Number one, I don't think it's fair to keep these guys on the phone for 2 hours on a Saturday afternoon. Number two, I'm going to make you struggle a little bit. Because in the struggle is where the real learning happens. You're going to have a guide that'll walk you through how to do everything. But you're still going to have to think critically on your own how to write this offer. And then along that training journey, while you're filling it out, totally acceptable to pick up that help desk. Hey man, I'm filling out a contract. I'm at box 7, line 2. What on earth is this? We'll have that conversation. We'll help you. What we won't do is be a crutch that fills out a contract for you. I know I did that recently for one of y'all, but that was a different situation. All right? We will not fill it out for you. We will not do it for you because that creates dependence. I don't want you to be a dependent. I want you to be a fully operational, fully functioning, empowered. Remember that? In the beginning, our mission is to empower you to do your job at the highest level, to earn the most money you can earn. Does that make sense? All right, so that's the GPP coaching. All right, here it is. Stay tuned. There it goes. Y'all can go ahead and get your phone out, and you can scan that now, and you can, what's that? Because, why not? Oh, thank you. I thought you said, why is your face on there? I was like, dang, Bree is just heckling me today. Yes, it's a system called Flow Code, and you can build these really simple landing pages with all of these little leads and all this stuff up there. So go ahead and scan that and save that link, and all of those things you can download from that link directly. You can email yourself that link, open it up on your desktop, your laptop, and download all those resources. I will email this link and this presentation and everything out to everybody who registered. So if you're registered, I have your email address. If you showed up unregistered, then drop a business card with me so I can make sure to get you on that list, okay? What's that? Okay, put her on the list, yes. All right, everybody get that scanned? I promise, we're in the home stretch. We're almost done. I got a couple questions for you. This is who I'm looking for to join this program. This is who I want you to be if you're going to join this program. Are you an aspiring achiever? Are you ambitious, driven to improve your performance and to build a thriving real estate business? Are you an accountability seeker? You understand the importance of being held accountable, and you're willing to give permission to have accountability because you want to grow your business. Are you a learning enthusiast? Are you somebody that gets excited when you see 140 plus training videos, where you see 3 group coaching sessions per week, where you see access to skilled coaches that can help you and train you and teach you? Are you action oriented, where you're not just going to learn for the sake of learning, but you're actually going to go take action? You're going to go, hey, look, I learned this today, and then I went out and did it. How many people are going to go start doing that Facebook system that we talked about? How many people are going to walk out here and go, oh, that was nice, that was fun, the sandwich was good, got cookie cake, that was nice. Nice way to kill a couple hours, right? Are you coachable? Are you someone that's going to push back constantly and have excuses? Anybody here, you guys took BOLD, a bunch of y'all? One of my favorite BOLD laws, you can have reasons or results, but you can't have both. You can have excuses. I can tell you all the reasons why I didn't do it, but I won't have any results to show for it. And then collaborative. Do you understand the importance of working in a group? What we're building here is not just a coaching program, we're building a community. There will be other events and masterminds and things that we can bring together for this community that we're growing of agents who are ready to grow their business and want to get something better out of it. So on your tables, there are contracts, agreements. I strongly advise you, if you're sitting there thinking about doing this, come on up and have a conversation with us. The 4 of us will be up here. I would love to see you in the program. I'd love to get you signed up, and let's get started right away. And that's all I got for you. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you guys.